Hello everybody and welcome to Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3 World War I mod. Now I've been looking at the map here trying to decide who I want to play as, and I've definitely come to the conclusion that I'm not going to be doing a minor. I definitely want to be wanting to play a major empire that's involved from the start of the war. So that leaves us German Empire, Austria-Hungary, maybe the Ottomans, let's see, probably not the United Kingdom. We could do France. Not the United States, probably not China or Japan either. I'm honestly thinking I just want to do the German Empire because usually when I play games like this, I like to play whoever historically lost and try to do an ahistorical playthrough. So that would leave me to one of these two. Austria-Hungary. Well, Germany's definitely going to be the more powerful of the two, and with the way the AI works in this game, I think I want to be the more powerful partner, so I think we'll just go straight up German Empire and see how this works. So like I was saying, I am brand new to this mod. I have not actually played it at all, but I kind of like recording the learning process for games a lot of the time, just so it's a little bit more organic, so that's what we're going to be doing here. And what do our divisions look like? Infantry and infantry. Cavalry. Looks like everybody's basically just straight up just straight up infantry with basically nothing else attached to it. Alrighty, and our navy should be pretty powerful. Let's actually merge them together. Let's do this. Let's consolidate our navy so that we can get an easy look of what we're working with. And I was about to say, where's my Air Force? It's 1910. There is no Air Force. So what are we working with? Let's automate our trade. I usually let the AI deal with that for the most part. Sometimes it messes things up, but I'm just going to let it go. Looks like we're building a couple ships. They're actually going to be completed relatively soon. Ooh, would you look at that? Our military is very, very obsolete at this point. We need 111 IC just for upgrades. But we only have 129 available at the moment. 68 of it has to go into consumer goods. 58. Oh, wow. So basically there's no IC for anything right now. Let's put this on prioritize upgrades at the moment. That should take care of that. And the tech screen, okay. This is definitely going to be important. Officer ratio is fine, so let's drop this down. Diplomacy, let's just leave that at like 1 right now so we can bank a little bit of Diplo points just in case we need it. Let's do the same with espionage. Let's just drop it down to a pretty minimal level so we can get some spies worked up for when we need them. Now, research for the German military I definitely think is going to be extremely, extremely important. This all looks pretty basic. Nothing outside of the ordinary here. It's very vanilla Black Ice. Armor is going to be interesting, though. We're definitely going to try to get tanks out of the battlefield as soon as we possibly can, but we're not going to be able to even research armored car brigades efficiently until 1914, so we got a ways to go. Artillery is going to be extremely important, so definitely going to want to... Well, let's go. Let's start queuing things up as we go through. Arctic warfare equipment and mountain warfare equipment, these are going to increase attacks and decrease attrition in rough terrain, so we're going to get those going. Remember, it's only 1910. Artillery, we're going to do heavy artillery designs. Artillery is going to be very, very important in this playthrough, I feel, so we're definitely going to want to keep up our artillery tech. It looks like our Navy should be up to date. Historically, the German Navy should be perfectly fine. It looks like everything's exactly where it's supposed to be. Pre-Dreadnought construction. Dreadnought construction, okay. Aircraft design, so you can... see, that's not too bad. It's not too difficult, so we might maybe wait until like June of this year or something, then put that on. Industry. Looks all pretty basic. Decryption machine, encryption machine. Secret tech, airship development, that's going to be cool. Poison gas, we're going to work on that too. Here we go. A lot of 1900 techs to work with. And doctrines, I was like, we got 22, 23 research points to put into this. We got to get some doctrines or something. So our naval doctrines are up to scratch. but our land is not. So it looks like that's where most things are going to be put into. And we're definitely going to want to, because this is going to help with, in the future, getting the doctrines done, or the theories. So naval and submarine are definitely going to be important. Infantry, artillery. Yeah, I think we're going to put those on and then go in here. Alright, so that's organization for some of the, like, extra units. Mountains, Marines, Engineers. I'm not sure what STM is. And that's morale for about the same guys. I think we can just afford to pretty much put everything on, right? How many do we have on here? 25 projects. Yeah, we have all of the 1910 techs on here. And we're perfectly fine. So that's going to be it for this. Ooh, we can build aircraft carriers eventually, but not till like the end of the war. Now, where was submarines in here? Destroyers. Ah, submarine tech is over here. Okay. Wanted to make sure that was on there. Alrighty, so politics. That's fine. I don't think there's anything. Ooh, I love the little airship. That's cute. That's cute right there. Elections held every 60 months. I don't think any of that needs. Well, actually, more efficient laws, specialist training. We're Germany. So let's see. That'd be under training laws. Yeah, we can. As Germany, I do definitely like to have specialist training on. Well, at least in World War II. Alright, we're going to leave that. That's fine, and that's the shortcut for strategic. Okay. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Well, what is this being wasted on? Well, it should take the AI should take care of that after the first day ticks by. The mirror, quietly taking steps with the central powers. Okay, so is that the Ottoman Empire? Not really sure who that was actually. Oh, and we got another little navy sitting right here. I'm just going to actually merge all these guys into one Uber fleet until I can figure out exactly what I have. Okay, Serbia. All right, so we've got a fleet of 99 ships. That's pretty impressive. All right, so what's easiest going to be? The easiest thing to do is let's split off the transports. And I don't think we're gonna want to have Von Spee controlling just a fleet of transports. Nothing special about them. And let's move them over to Kiel, just so they're out of the way. Now let's see, what do we have in terms of submarine? We have our entire submarine fleet is one coastal submarine. So the Germans have not built any submarines yet. Definitely gonna want to do that. All right, Mexico is trying to ally themselves with me. Let's just let's put this on AI control and see what how it handles it. I'm used to playing Black Ice, where the AI is Albanian uprising. So the Ottomans have problems. Montenegro, they got little problems down here. Yemen. And I haven't really decided what I want to do with the war strategically, but what I'm thinking of doing is basically holding the front over here with the Western powers static and just dogpiling into Russia. This is really not going to... Alright, it's on normal. I thought I had it on... No, it's on prioritize upgrades. Okay, I guess the AI is not going to take care of this. Let's do that. Supplies, that leaves me with nothing. Wow. Nothing. There is just no extra IC. Where is my... Like, ooh, is it... Okay, is this Japan? command structure, I'm not exactly sure how everything is attached to the moment. Let's see. So is this the highest command over here? So the Munich HQ is all of these guys right here. And there's that one, this one right here, and then looks like there's one over here. Yeah, okay, so there's 3 theaters, basically. But nothing's gonna happen for a while, so we got time to build up. Is IC construction a thing? Industrial capacity, but... Alright, so I wanna say let's build some IC. Get that level up. Let's take a look at something. It would take 6 IC to build 1 IC, industrial capacity. And it would take a year and a half. Ouch. Considering there's literally nothing to work with. Well, maybe some events. Everybody's trying to align themselves to me. I'm okay with that. Austria-Hungary should have a huge military, but it should be horrendously out of date. So, let's see. Ottoman Empire, that's France. Morocco's independent. This should be German land down here. Yep, it is. Got some militia and cavalry. Again, some... Is that camel? Camel regiment, apparently. I definitely think that smacking around Russia is going to be the ticket. Alright, so... What else are we working with in terms of our navy? We got a lot of destroyers, cruisers, protected cruisers, armored cruisers. We only have 2 modern battleships, though. The rest of them are pre-dreadnoughts, which are pretty obsolete at this point. Huh. And the protected cruisers and armored cruisers are probably mildly obsolete as well. I think the light cruisers are the ones that are going to be modern at this point. Alright, let's look at our production. Let's go to production. Air wing should be empty, right? Yeah. Division. Well, what do we got to work with in here? Stormtroopers. I guess that's the German STM Stormtroopers. Or SMT, was that what it was? I bet that's the German special unit. Mountain infantry, cavalry, and artillery. So there's very little to build right now. But there's not like I have any IC to do that with. So, coastal submarine, regular submarine, protected cruiser. Looks like... Alright, let's look at the stats and figure out which of these 3s are good at doing what. So, armored cruisers are good at convoy attack. Actually, the light cruiser and the protected cruiser have almost no sea attack whatsoever. But the armored cruiser does, so these guys are pretty much useless. They have almost nothing going for them. That's interesting. I figured the light cruisers would be the more modern version. The armored cruiser has good, very good convoy attack and an okay sea attack. The pre-dreadnoughts are pretty weak. Very weak. Right now the dreadnoughts are definitely going to be the kings of the sea. So the armored cruisers are the ones that are good. Everything else is pretty garbage. I'm a little surprised, actually. I don't think I'm going to be able to, or going to need to do any troop movements for a while. So why don't we just speed ahead for a little while and see what happens in terms of events and so on and so forth. Well, the AI is definitely stacking up the borders. That's clear. Opium War, the great powers of America tried to get the most economic of the King Empire. Germany formed the Four Powers Consortium and decided to loan money Okay. So that's what's going on over here. I should have... Yeah, here we go. There's one German naval base. We have 2 armored cruisers, the Scharnhorst and the Nice Now, and 3 light cruisers. I don't think there's any other German naval units out here. But we could always pull open the outliner. It's a coastal submarine. Transports, that's the big one, and that is the East Asia Squadron. Alright. Oh, that's definitely what we'll work with. And oh, there's actually... Oh, no, there's a couple. I was say there's a couple more HQs. It's probably going to be like... Yeah, way over here. And Africa. Okay. Everybody is trying to align themselves to me, although I guess it wouldn't tell me if they were trying to align themselves with someone else. South African independence, so it looks like South Africa broke away from the United Kingdom. And annexed independence. Except for these little baubles here. No big deal. Alright, let's take a look at tech and make sure this is going right. It is. Everything's going along. Now, it looks like there's a lot of tech that's going to start hitting in 1912, but pretty much nothing for right now. And I'm a little concerned about the IC situation because we only got 129. Well, and I mean, basically there's no IC free for anything other than keeping things as they are, keeping the status quo. Huh. We're exporting a lot of power, but that's it. We could probably stand to import oil. I kind of want to get at least what I got, whatever I got spare right now. I want to get into my upgrades because I always feel like having a few units that are really, really good is better than a lot of units that are really, really bad. I mean, Russia would definitely beg to differ, but dissent. Oh, we have a little bit of dissent. Oh, yep, we do. So let's drag that up and get rid of it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. What do we... Okay, let's go to politics. What are we going to need to change the basic mobilization to the next ones? One of the following must be true. At war. All of the following. Low neutrality below 60. All the below... neutrality is below 75. So if I could get my neutrality below 75, I could fully mobilize, and that would get me more IC to work with. Also more resources. Oh, let's see. My current diplomacy, or neutrality, is 89. And the highest threat against us is the Russian Empire. So let's go to intelligence. All right, let's throw in some spies to the Russian Empire. We're going to... Oh, we're going to want to have our own spies on counter-espionage. Let's do a little bit and raise national unity. And then what we're going to do is put them on increased threat. All right. Is that how that works? Huh, hang on. Well, I need to reduce my own neutrality. Increase threat, disrupt national unity. Huh. Well, we'll try it that way and see if that works at all. Organization of American States. American States, the organization changes the Union of American Republics. Pan America, the Pan American Unit building was constructed in 1910. Okay. So some stuff's going down this way. So, I'm thinking when it comes time to attack Russia, the best thing to do would be to destroy this salient right here straight off the bat. Which would mean, and I mean they clearly annexed Korea. Clearly have forts here because they expect that. Is there forts here? No. So what I'm thinking maybe is try to punch through here. Punch through right here and try to meet up with the Hungarian forces. Because if we could destroy the salient, there's a ton of Russian troops in there. And I mean, we would just pretty much lightly defend this area right here. Stack troops right here. See if we can't, I mean, we might be able to get troops supplied in this area. Might be able to destroy the salient and then move on from there. I know troops have a huge... The way they simulate trench warfare in here is everybody gets massive dig-in bonuses. So the longer you sit, the more you dig in, the harder it is to attack you. So the theory's finished. No big deal there. Wasn't there... There was something on 1911, wasn't there? There was a 1911 deck I wanted to grab somewhere. I don't remember what it was. There it is. Let's start getting that going. I mean, it's definitely nice to play a different mod for a change. I've been playing Black Ice for months on months, and it was... There were little problems with it that were starting to get on my nerves, so it's definitely nice to play something else for a change. But we're basically going to speed through the pre-Portugal Revolution, the pre-war years. We're just gonna speed 5 through them as quickly as possible. I mean, right now there's not much going on. Oh, we want to take off that. Let's go to industry and take these off. Good. And it looks like our spies are slowly getting caught, but that's not unheard of. Russia's definitely going to be the big bad enemy. Definitely going to be the big bad enemy. And Germany's whole plan for the war was to steamroll Russia and then immediately redeploy all their units to France and take France out quickly. That's not exactly what happened. Russia ended up putting up far more resistance than Germany anticipated. And what did we finish? Heavy artillery. Let's go to Arty. Doesn't exactly open anything up. And right now, well, we're a little ahead on tech because it's only 1910. So let's put a little bit more into espionage at the moment. That'll let us recruit a couple more spies. A couple more spies to work with. I mean, our fleet is huge. The problem is most of it's pretty obsolete. Like, let's actually try this. Let's split off the good units from the poorer units. So, the pre-dreadnoughts are poorer. The armored cruisers are good. Actually, good amount of those too. That's nice. The light cruisers and protected cruisers were pretty useless, honestly. The destroyers should be fine. Well, looks like there's definitely some better ones. So let's take the better ones, move them on over. All right, let's leave these older classes over here. So we've got 31 basically new good ships and 60-something old obsolete ships. So we're definitely going to need to build a better navy, but when are we going to be able to do that? We're really, really low on IC. But I'm wondering if the other nations have that same problem. I would imagine. Alright, so me and Germany are the only ones in the Central Powers at the moment. Including Denmark, Sweden, Portugal, Spain, Bulgaria, Greece, Serbia, Yemen, Japan, Mexico, Venezuela. Okay. Where's the Ottoman? I wonder where the Ottoman Empire sits. With German Empire, allied with Crete, Yemen, Kingdom. Okay. Puppets. Crete is a puppet. Highest threat is Russian Empire. That's good. Member of Central Powers. Wait, what? Oh, is that because I'm a member of the Central Powers? Must be. Alright, let's influence the Ottoman Empire. Make sure they drift towards us nice and fast. And what is this going to be? Right now, well, we can go to attack, plop it up to 2. There we go. Alright, want to make sure the Ottoman Empire joins us. I mean, could we try to get Italy on our side, or is that too... Let's see if we can influence Italy. No, there. Well, we'll keep that going for a while. Maybe we could keep them out of the war for a while. If it takes them a long time to drift towards the Entente powers, maybe we could keep them out of the war for a while, and that would free up an Austro-Hungarian front right here. Not have to worry about the Italians attacking. Organization for, looks like, garrisons, militia, things like that. I see being wasted. So we've got 10 IC working, 9 IC working. And that's land doctrine. It's this one. We've almost passed through a year in our first episode. It's almost 1911, but really 1912 is when the tech is going to start becoming more important. Oh, and what did we just finish up in here? Something else. This one. Tactical command structure, so that's morale for armored cars, I think, and cavalry. Attack movement. HQ max speed, breakthrough, and mass wolf breakthrough. Good. Arctic warfare equipment, mountain warfare equipment. Ooh, this one's one of the best techs. Delay between attacks reduced by 48 hours. Oh, that's the land doctrine again. It is almost 1911, which means I think we could put, well, like 1911 tech on there, obviously. I think you could put on the 1912 tech without too much of a hit. Let's do that. Is it gonna give me? It's gonna throw me a thingy. Yeah, it's gonna throw me a thingy that says I'm ahead. But I'd rather work on the tech right now than just dump it into spies or something like that. Because right now our spies are over in Russia, increasing their threat. And I mean, well, neutrality definitely went down. It was 89%, wasn't it? 79%. Wow, it's only 4% away from being able to get the fully mobilized. Ooh, we had a ton of tech just finished. Yep. Tech. So... Well, we don't really have anything else to do with these, so I think we're just going to take the hit. Well... Let's take these... Well, those ones can stay on. The 1911 can stay on. Let's go through and get, like, this stuff first. Infantry and artillery, that kind of stuff. Oh, not that. We got a lot of militia, so we're going to want to do that too. Get this stuff going before anything else. I mean, right now it's got to be throwing us a... Oh, civil dock. Actually, no, it's not throwing us that ahead tech thing. Because it's only 1 year. So civil defense and theories. Alright, good. And we've passed a year. We have passed a year of the game already. And again, well, let's see. Is this still decaying? It's still decaying. Our neutrality is decaying out pretty quickly. Only 3 more percentage points, and we should be able to get the fully mobilized thing, which would allow us to have more IC to work with. Is this going up? It is going up. Yeah. So they're becoming more threatening, and we're losing our neutrality pretty fast. So 2 more percentage points, and we can change our laws. Submarines. Infantry theory decay, good. So just a few more percentage points, and we can change our laws. Let's actually watch this. Yep. 1 more percentage point. Go spies. I think my spies are doing a great job over in Russia. That should allow us to fully mobilize if I read the tooltip correctly. No, we're almost there. I think when it gets to like 14.1. Now this should be at like 75.9 or something like that. So I think we actually going to need to wait for it to decay down more. Because even though it says 75, I think it actually is a higher percentage. So let's wait till it gets to 74 and then take another look. Also there's the oh no, I was right. We just had to wait for it to get to 74. U.S. Army maneuvers on Mexican border. Oh, we got a little uprising over here. So let's grab these guys, send them on over. What kind of speed are they? Ah, not bad. 6 kilometers per hour. All right, so that should be right here. Yep. All right. Now the next level, war economy. Let's see. One of the following must be true, or all of the following must be true. Okay. Neutrality below 70%. Okay, so we only need to let this decay out a few more percentage points. I think a day needs to tick by before I'll actually have the IC to work with. Yep. Alrighty. Consumer goods went up, though. That's unfortunate. Okay, so now we can actually work on the upgrades. Good. Only needs to decay out a few more points down to 70. So probably 69, or, you know, it has to be exactly 70.0, even though it doesn't actually show you that last little decimal place. Then we'll actually be able to get it up another 25%, so that should bring us up to almost 200 IC, I think. Actually working on those upgrades. Alright, we took out those rebels. Garrison units. And pretty soon we're going to start... Some of these guys do have already attached to them already. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is end this episode right here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I'm enjoying trying out a new mod for this game. It looks very interesting. I'm pretty excited about getting my IC working so that I can actually start building some stuff. Because as it looks right now, it's going to be basically right up until probably this mid-1913 before I'm going to have IC available to actually construct units. So we're probably going to be going to war with what you see on the screen right here for the most part. If you have enjoyed this episode, everybody, just drop me a like, leave me those comments right down below. And if you're interested in more Benjamin Magnus Plays Hearts of Iron 3 World War I mod, just subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time.